What the heck? Alright, so you may be wondering, what the freak was that? That, my friends, was a freaky homunculus creature from the Cryptid mod, and a prime example of just one of the mod's many terrifying abominations. To give a little backstory, I stumbled across this mod while scrolling through my YouTube feed. Apparently, this mod is pretty recent, having been out for only less than a month during the time of recording. This mod claims to be a Doom-like horror data pack with an emphasis on ambience and sound. The mod includes entities that each have unique AI and griefing potential. Going as far as saying to the player that they should expect massive corruption damage. Upon looking at the trailer for the mod, I was immediately invested. Shout out to the creators for putting together this mod. I will leave a link to the mod in the description, and so, without further ado, I went and tested the mod for myself. We loaded into a huge plains biome and were immediately given 4 items to start with, which included a crafting recipe of some sort, a dilapidated radio to track our spirit harmony, a challenge amulet to choose the difficulty of the mod, and an introductory book which held no actual value since it was just full of gibberish. The recipe seemed important, however, I end up losing all these starter items later on, which you'll see soon enough. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness, bro, I can't see nothing. As soon as I chose the difficulty of the mod, it sent me straight to nighttime, in which I panic as I quite literally can't see a thing. I turned the brightness up for you guys, so you should be able to see fine from your end. I start looking for some trees to get the basic tools, except I run around for a while without actually finding anything, just more plains. Eventually though, I find a forest just as it is turning daytime. It's turning daytime. Oh, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you. Alright, now die, boy. Oh my gosh. Count me out of here. What is this? Like Donkey Kong Arena? Donkey Kong Arena? Donkey Kong Arena? Wait, what is that supposed to be? Actually, I'm gonna just take a little bit more wood since I made this axe. Alright, now that should be fine. As I go down into a cave to gather stone for upgraded tools and a furnace, I hear what seems to be the sound of a heartbeat nearby, and flee the area, but not before gathering a little more stone for my future endeavors. Oh my gosh, I do know that it says to stay away from those heartbeats. I do know at least that much. Stay away from the heartbeats.
Hello.
What was that? Dude, chill out, bro. This game is jump scaring me every second. And just get like some stone. I'm literally almost dead, dude. Holy crap. Alright, that should be enough stone. Here we go. And then I guess I don't need a sword. I don't need a sword. An axe is way stronger. I can survive with an axe. I cut down a couple more trees for wood and set out to find a suitable place for a base, not knowing that this would be a huge mistake, as you will later see why. Alright, so we got some food with us. We'll start cooking that up. Dude, we're at negative 14,000. Why are we at negative 14,000? You can craft a new radio with 1 redstone and 1 iron. Interesting. Let's get some spruce wood in case we don't like regular oak. Why is my harmony going up? Oh, is it because I'm in darkness?
Yeah.
To light? Oh yeah, it was definitely that, because it's back at 14,000. Which is still crazy, bro. Make my peace. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I'm out of here. I'm gonna build my house, and I'm gonna build a good house, and we're gonna live very far away. Let's make a watchtower. That's what we need. We need a watchtower. So let's make it like somewhere here or something. I don't know. I decide to build a treehouse, as it would be my safest bet to handling ground creatures. Alright, and now that we're here, we're gonna build a round, and we need a roof.
Hi.
Oh crap. Guys, we need to hurry, bro. Hurry up and make this house. We're cooked. We don't have any coal to make torches. As I was racing against time to finish my tree house before it became nighttime, I was starting to worry about the little detail that the creator put in the description of the mod that said cryptid events were 3 times more likely to happen at night. And with my extremely low spirit harmony, it would only be all the worse. Let's put some chicken to cook. I cannot see anything. Oh my gosh. Alright, there we go. We're good. Although the house was somewhat finished, I wanted to add minor details before calling it a night. And while the night went on, I went and experienced my first event, a blood tree. It was gigantic and quite the spectacle. I didn't know whether or not to be scared or amazed, but considering it was harmless, I was more amazed than afraid. Bro, why was that junk open, bro? Oh, heck no, bro. Why was that junk open? I did not open it, guys. I didn't open that junk. All right, we got our torches. Guys, we're good. Chill. We're good. Don't even worry about it. We're good. Just take a chill pill. We're good. We're safe. Shortly after that, however, more things began happening. My torches were being turned into redstone torches, and something that could only be described as huge blood tentacles spawning around my base. That junk just spawned in. Bro, I have never seen the tree like that, bro. That is not a tree. Wow. What is that? I don't know about living here anymore, bro. How am I gonna survive this? Shoot, I just built wrong. What in the world is that? Can I touch it? What the hell? Dude, something is blocking the tree. Alright, let's just make our bed and let's just sleep. Then, right as I was about to head to sleep and call it a night, I spot from the corner of my screen a loose eyeball roaming the night sky as if it owned the area. I was very freaked out and went to bed immediately, hoping it would cause the eyeball to despawn. And thankfully, when I arose, the eyeball was gone. However, this was not the last time I would be visited by this massive roaming eyeball. And frankly, the thought of what it would do if it had been any closer loomed large in my mind. Oh my gosh, that junk goes so tall. It goes so high. Oh my gosh, bro. I do not want to leave, dude. I'm cooked. I'm literally cooked if I go down. I got maximum negative. What is that? Bro, what is that? And what is that blob over there? After building enough confidence to get down from my treehouse, I pay a visit to the stonehead sitting just below and am given a bestiary page of the stonehead, which is actually called a living obelisk. I then set out to cut down some more trees for wood and gather iron for armor. Although I end up regretting this as I die to a hands creature that appeared from a coal ore block, trapping me into the little hole I dug myself into. I return to find my stuff, but I just end up getting lost and return home instead, except that my stuff has despawned. Let's just sleep. Oh, I lost a life, guys. No. This is on Manic, so I have 5 lives, I think. Right? What did it say? No, I have 3 lives. Bro, I'm cooked. Oh, shoot. That's all the worst, dude. With only 2 lives left, I begin to act more cautiously, not wasting any more time looking for lost items, but continue the search for better resources. While mining blocks, I reflect on my priorities and realize that finding a village would be better than just scavenging for surface iron, knowing that there's iron golems and blacksmiths that guarantee iron ingots. Although, let's get some of this wood, because we had some wood to finish our house. I don't think we had that much wood to begin with last time, so we should be fine. We should be fine, right guys? We'll be fine, we'll be alright. Look at that. There's a lava pool over there. As much as I would like to say that I was on track the whole time, I had a couple distractions that ended up in me getting completely lost, and I had to wait out the night as I did not have a bed with me or sufficient wool to make one. Little did I know that what was awaiting me was something I couldn't control. What am I to do, bro? What am I to do? I'm gonna have to tough it out, bro, because I can't do anything. We gotta survive somehow. Oh my goodness. Oh my... Bro, what is that, bro? Bro, what is this? This junk just spawned right on top of me. Sacrifice your... Oh, heck no, boy. Who do you think I am, boy? Nah, bro, there's a... Oh my goodness, look at that big old ring over there. Bro, this mod is crazy, dude. Oh my gosh. Bruh, I can't see nothing. No! No! Dude, I couldn't see. I suffocated in a wall.
What?
What?
I didn't know it at the time, but that spinning creature from the clip at the beginning was the same one that attacked me here, phasing through blocks like it was nothing. All while I had boxed myself in like the fish I was.
Stupid.
Dang it, dude. I have 1 life left, bro. I'm cooked. Let's go to sleep, dude. Okay, how am I supposed to beat this? Let's see. Guys, how can we survive without dying? What can we do? Because realistically, like, without our stuff... Okay, let's just focus on getting wood. That's what we didn't have last time. And then we need armor so we can survive. Okay, let's just go back to that plains biome really quickly, which was somewhere over here.
Having 1 life left meant I had to be extra careful. I knew my previous items were completely lost, so I didn't bother going back for them. Instead, I found something way more useful, a ruined portal. After looting the ruined portal and finding an enchanted golden apple, I returned home eager to safely store my valuables in the chest.
That's right, we will build, we will adapt, guys. Hear me out. We
do not care.
Who's with me? Okay.
I decide to stay in my treehouse where it is safe and plan for the next additions to the house. The next additions would include a sky tree farm that would be sanctioned and separated from the corruption that was spreading in the world. As I was continuing to do mundane tasks, however, my bed suddenly disappears. I have no idea why this happens and just go out to get more resources to make another bed. Though this bed also breaks and is dropped. But as soon as I set my spawn point on it, it too disappears. And I end up having to pull an all-nighter. This indeed spelled disaster for my treehouse, as you are about to see.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to just like lay low here for a while. I'm definitely not going down there, boy. Guys, what should we do? Do we just... Oh my gosh, are you getting rid of my torches? It'd be good if I could like decraft those into something else. I mean, I guess I'll put these on, because if I die, well, it's game over anyways. So like, might as well put that boy on. Bro, I can't craft that into nether wart. That is a problem. That is very creepy. Alright. It's the eyeball again. The Eye of Cthulhu. Oh my gosh. I don't have a bow to shoot at it. Ow. How'd that boy hit me? Guys, what should I do? Oh my gosh, bro. Look at the giant eyeball, bro. Do not get its attention. Oh, oh heck no. Bro, he destroyed our whole house!
I ran for my life as I saw my home get absolutely obliterated by that giant eye creature. I came back to look at the destruction left by the eye and was devastated to find that it left nothing but the stump of the tree that was once there. I quickly gathered myself and immediately looked for a new place to live. I decided to continue my search for a village as it would be filled with sufficient resources to help me get back on my feet. I did, fortunately, find a ravine with a handful of iron veins, which was very helpful. I had some trouble finding a village, but I eventually found one, except someone, or better yet, something was waiting for me there. It chased me around for a good while and then suddenly my game crashed. However, this seemed to be intentional because when I logged back in, my world appeared to not have changed, but I was in the location before entering the village. This meant my character went back in time. After the encounter with those creatures, I instead wanted to build a sky base and left to find a lava source for my cobblestone generator. I found another ruined portal in which I thought I could find a lava source block, but instead I got visited by a gang of cryptids, which varied from the black spider to the Men in Black's infamous cousins, the Men in Bloody Meat. I fled immediately and somehow came out of there alive. I discovered, however, that the spider blocks cannot swim. I then found lava in a giant pit that was perfectly cut out, and I made my way down cautiously to retrieve the singular lava source block. I then looked for the perfect spot to make my sky base, and I instantly got to work.
Oh my gosh! Bro, are you serious right now? Did you think we would forget about you? Are you serious?
The mod seemed to be against the idea of me climbing up to make a tower, as it made a clear attempt to take my last life as I was building up. Instead, I just used the platform that it made me to set my base on. I didn't notice at first, but apparently after I stayed up there for a little bit, I started getting targeted even further by what I thought was a blob of meat in the sky, but it was just a cloud cryptid raining living obelisks on top of me. I dealt with it by implementing a roof, and eventually the cloud left me alone. I continued building, starting to add the cobblestone generator, which was going to generate all the blocks I needed. Before I could finish, however, I spotted a horrifying sight in the distance. As it spun closer, I began panicking, but it didn't seem to be damaging me, and it kinda just burrowed itself into the ground, but not before making another attempt at flying towards me. And before I forget, the blood tendrils did not disappoint in surrounding my base. The creature even left a tendril path of its own to maybe mark its territory?
What?
I don't know anymore. After I finished my cobblestone generator, I began refining and expanding the base, but not without some interruptions while doing so. I made a little hut in the meanwhile to house my items, and then, while taking a peek at how deep the hole under my sky base went, I spotted 2 diamond veins. This was huge. After crafting a diamond pickaxe, my next goal was to get the obsidian and crying obsidian needed to make the cryptid altar. But before all that, I made a tree farm in which I later integrated a regular farm alongside it. Then, I got started on my true base, in which I was going to continue to survive for the rest of the playthrough. While building though, I was invaded by trees and spore plants that poisoned me, but were then neutral, so I just decided to ignore them and continue. I eventually finished the frame of the house after countless adventures down the waterfall to get more dirt and other resources, only to be obstructed by some invisible creatures that were not letting me place blocks even after falling off my base. This is where I decided to call it for episode 1. I would like to remind you guys that this video took hours to record and days to edit, and I would really appreciate it if you guys left a like on the video and subscribe. It would really show your support for me and that I'm not just wasting my time doing all this. If this video hits at least 50 likes, then I'll make a part 2 where I revisit and finish the mod. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace!